As Dasen Thathiah is tracking the road safety operations in Durban. Let's go live to him now. Now, Dasen, you've been out there for some time with traffic numbers expected to pick up. What's the situation currently in Durban?
That's right, Unati. In fact, as of yesterday, that's when the numbers of motorists driving into the city picked up. We were at the Marion Hill Toll Plaza yesterday, and that's when the festive season officially started. Numbers went up from about 2,000 to about 3,500 vehicles per hour. Now, many of those cars and many of the families that have come to the city have ended up here in Durban. And this is where now the Metro Police are conducting operations as well, just to deal with these increased numbers of people. You'll see behind me at the moment, there is a stop and search operation taking place. Now, this is a very impromptu kind of operation that takes place across the city. It happens in various parts along the beach, in suburbs, and the reason behind this really is for police to look for anything illegal that may be carried. You'll see that in this area they've cordoned off the road, they've cut it down to one lane just to limit the traffic flow, and they're also looking for drunken drivers as well. Although this roadblock or this stop and search doesn't necessarily focus just on that. You'll see here some of the officers are inspecting this vehicle as well. And that's what they've been doing for a while. So what they have been doing, just to not alert people, so to speak, to one of these taking place in any one area, they've been moving around. So we've been traveling with the Metro Police for the past hour or just over, as they've been traveling through the beachfront and going into the various areas. I understand that there will also be a few roadblocks later tonight, and that's where they will specifically be looking at drunken driving.
Even into the festive season as yet, but we've already seen some fatalities in the Western Cape specifically. What are the traffic law enforcement telling you in terms of what they are going to try and do that is different from what has been taking place in as far as road traffic management over the years?
Well, as always, what they do during this part of the year is increase their numbers. And I'll just continue walking while I speak to you, Unati. I'll just show you what's going on around me. So what they do normally is that they have extra officers on duty. None of them will be taking leave during this part of the year, in fact. And it's already yielding results, and whether I can call it results, I guess that's debatable, because the police spokesperson for the Metro Police was telling me earlier that they had already arrested 47 people last night alone, and that was just at a few roadblocks that was taking place in the city. And that's going to continue now, not just tonight, but also well into January, and that's when those numbers will start to subside. And since the beginning of December in Durban, they've already arrested close to 100 people. So it seems like year in and year out, this message of not drinking and driving goes out, but whether the motorists are actually, listening to that advice, that's something that we have yet to see. It is still early days, and I guess we can be a bit optimistic, I guess, and hope that this time around it will be a little different, because as you know, the drunken driving is something that authorities say eventually will lead to the high number of fatalities that we have. It's a huge contributing factor, that as well as fatigue while driving, as well as texting and driving, which is something that we've seen recently where motorists are distracted and on their phones. That's something that paramedics were also saying to us yesterday, that they've been seeing more and more in even minor collisions on the highways and in suburbs as well.
All right, fantastic. Thanks, Dasen. That's where we have to leave it for now.